Higher Learning is a show about adults learning interesting facts while under the influence of marijuana. This show is filmed in Vermont where it is legal to smoke. The staff involved in the show want to be clear that we do not support its use by those too young or where it is illegal to partake in such behavior. While this show doesn't show the usage of drugs or use coarse language, it is not intended for children. Parental discretion is advised. Now, let's get to the burning and learning. Welcome to Higher Learning, a class in disjointed education.
Yes. Yesterday was a holiday.
Yesterday was a holiday, so I tried to format the show last week and this week because it goes on either side of the holiday to be perfect for 420.
Yes.
And we did facts about marijuana last week, and this week I'm going to quiz him. For those who don't know, he comes in high on edibles. 1 week, I teach him stuff. He comes in sober. This is his sober week.
Yeah.
And I try to find out if he actually learned stuff.
Usually I don't.
What we really want to know is he going to puff, pass?
Or puff, fail.
Let's find out with our marijuana fact quiz. What percentage of Americans polled support legalizing marijuana for both medical and recreational use? There's options.
Okay.
38%, 45%, or 59%?
45%.
It is 59%. So that is
that's
false.
That's a better answer.
And another 30 just for medical. So basically it's 89%.
Of Americans believe that
it should be at least legalized for something, if not everything. How many states currently allow recreational use of marijuana?
4?
21.
21. Okay, that's better.
And
all right,
New Hampshire, they just passed part of it.
Maybe.
It's the second time they tried to pass it. It depends.
Right.
It still has to go through
a couple
layers. According to the 2021 National Survey on Drug Use, what percentage of people claim they've tried marijuana? Is it 46% of people, 53, or 68? These are all Americans.
The smaller one.
46.
Yeah.
Okay, that is correct. You got one right. Let's see. Europe will become the largest medicinal cannabis market in the world starting year what?
2025?
No, 2027. In 2017, sales of medical and recreational cannabis in the U.S. were nearly 9 times higher than sales of which snack? Was it Twinkies? Was it Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies? Or was it Oreos?
Oreos.
Correct. Marijuana was the first item sold online when Stanford students bought a bag of weed from MIT students. In which decade? Would that have been the 60s, the 70s, or the 80s?
60s.
70s. So you got it wrong. If you eat cannabis raw, what doesn't happen? You don't get. Hold on. Would you like the options? You don't get high. You don't get the medicinal properties, or you don't get either one.
You don't get high.
Correct. Marijuana residue was found in the pipes of what famous writer?
Oh. Ernest Hemingway.
No.
Okay.
Shakespeare.
Okay. I was guessing a writer. I had no idea.
Which one of these things was not buried with Bob Marley? A marijuana bud, a Bible, or a copy of his first record?
It was the record. He didn't.
Correct.
It was the Bible and the joint. We're down with them.
They were. Can you lethally overdose on cannabis?
No.
Correct. Like, it would take so much that it's not even physically possible to keep smoking before, like, you would lose the ability to smoke more before you would overdose.
Lethally.
Right. Los Angeles has more dispensaries than which chain? Like,
More dispensaries than a chain of
Yeah.
restaurants?
just what chain?
KFC?
Starbucks.
Okay.
Well, that's... How do you ask that question when I said, like, they had more dispensaries than Starbucks last week, so it's like, how do I ask the question? There you go.
Better next time,
Oh,
maybe?
you're so dumb. Anyway, what popular drink has a main ingredient related to cannabis?
Popular drink?
Mm-hmm. And a bonus point if you can name that ingredient that's related to cannabis, but...
Yeah, no idea. Like, zero.
Beer. And it's hops. The hops in the beer is related. The plants are actually very similar.
Okay.
What are the two main ways marijuana can help the elderly? Like the most common uses for...
Two?
Yep.
I mean, I've seen videos of it helping people with, like, arthritis and stuff.
So that would be...
Like, pain?
Correct.
Okay.
And then
And
the
eating?
other... Yeah, it adds to your appetite.
Okay, I wouldn't have assumed old people need help eating, unless there's something wrong with them.
A lot of times as you get older, you like don't have the hunger. Uruguay was the first country to do what in regards to marijuana?
Legalize it?
Completely legalize it, yes.
Okay.
You could grow it, you could buy it, you could sell it, you could use it. What is the top pot-producing country?
America?
Correct, the United States. True or false? George Washington grew hemp.
True.
Correct. In the 17th century Virginia Assembly, they required its residents to do what? They were
In what?
in the 17th century Virginia Assembly, they required the people of Virginia to do what?
Smoke?
Grow hemp.
Grow? Okay.
So you got that wrong. In the Kingdom of Bhutan, what is the problem with weed?
Like it grows everywhere? It's like a weed?
Yeah, it grows to the point where it's a nuisance. They feed it to pigs just to get rid of it. That's some happy bacon. So that one's correct, by the way. Let's see. Oh, no. Richard Nixon accidentally helped what musician get past customs with over 3 pounds of pot? Was it Louis Armstrong, B.B. King, or Elvis Presley?
Louis Armstrong.
Correct.
Okay.
The reason I threw in Elvis Presley for one of the options is there's a famous picture with Richard Nixon meeting Presley because Presley said that the Beatles were sneaking drugs into the country and got to work for the DEA under the Nixon administration as a drug informant, which is funny because he was a drug-using addict. Presley was?
Huh.
Yeah. Which famous actress claims that she had bought weed from Snoop Dogg in high school? Was it Cameron Diaz, Jennifer Aniston, or Drew Barrymore?
Cameron Diaz.
Correct. The ancient Egyptians used cannabis to perform what procedure?
Hysterectomy?
No. Worse. Enemas.
Worse?
Talk about relaxing your ass.
Okay.
Babies in North Carolina tested positive for cannabis in their urine because of what common thing?
Oh. Formula?
No.
Soap?
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson and a couple others had some
Were
ingredients
they
that
eating the soap?
it's popping. Shampoo soaks into your skin. Soap soaks into your skin. Like gets absorbed. Yeah.
That's lame.
I mean, it's how skin works.
Lame.
Which of these countries, surprisingly, doesn't criminalize weed? So these are going to be surprising for any of these, but only one of them. Iraq,
Okay.
Russia, North Korea.
Well, Iraq.
Nope, it's North Korea.
I knew it wasn't Russia. That's the only thing I knew.
Right, because
of that basketball thing that was going on.
I know. That's why I put that in there to try to make it a 50-50 choice, and you still messed up. There are more dispensaries in what state than a Starbucks and McDonald's combined?
Colorado.
Correct. And your last question. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the bulkiest drug seizure of cannabis was 6.4 million pounds, which is what fraction of the weed imported that year to the United States? Was it 1/3 of the weed, 1/4 of the weed, or 1/5 of the weed for the year?
Fifth.
Correct. So you got 56%. He, Puff Puff, failed. Puff, Puff, fail. F. All right. Well, next week,
The grading system is broken.
I actually can announce we already know what the topic's going to be. It's going to be 25 facts about Star Wars, because coming up will be May the 4th be with you. So we're going to do, just before May the 4th, we're going to do the facts. And then the Friday after May the 4th, we're going to do the
Well, it's actually
quiz.
back to back. May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th.
Anyway, that's dumb. But tune in next time, and we'll check out once again if Jason can puff, puff, pass.
Or puff, puff, fail.